again, when we talk about protein, most people think protein and they immediately think dairy, but actually there's a load of proteins out there in the plant world, and increasingly plant proteins are getting all of the press and all of the media. It's not really fair, but what is good about that is that plant proteins tend to contain a much higher level of micronutrients, so they're more dense in other things that are good for us. So pulses, if you take pulses for example, they contain lots of other bits and bobs in them that are really good for you, unless of course you're paleo and you can't have phytic acid. But by and large, plant proteins are, I suppose, softer on the body. They don't, dairy proteins, unless you're really lactose intolerant, they're quite hard for the body to digest, even if you don't have any type of intolerances. But plant proteins, the problem with them is they're incomplete proteins. What does that mean? So proteins are made up of an amino acid structure, of a number of amino acids. Plant proteins, let's say you take pea protein, which is quite a popular one, and it's actually the one we use in our sort of entry level vegan product. It doesn't contain all of them. Typically, the ones it misses, all of the amino acids, and the one it misses is the BCAAs, which are your branch chain amino acids. Again, you can have products like our BCAA repair and refuel, which can supplement your supplements, but realistically, if you're looking for plant proteins, pure plant proteins, to do the job of a dairy protein, you need to blend them, which is what we've done in our Pro Edge plant source. But if you just want a basic protein structure, which is supplementing food and diet, which is really always what it should be about, you shouldn't look to a supplement to hit all of your protein needs anyway. So often proteins that are simpler, like our pea protein in our informed plant source, do that job. They provide enough protein structures. They'll be brilliant for cellular repair in terms of your post-exercise shake, for example. It is pea protein actually, although it sounds like it's not going to taste very nice, tastes the best of them all. Soy, hemp, all these ones, they can taste a bit gritty. The single pea protein, particularly in our vanilla flavour and this particular and the chocolate flavour, which we've made them in, is delicious. I use it a lot. In fact, we actually put this pea protein into one of our whey proteins because it's so good and because it provides just an extra level of amino acids. So if you're a person who is a non-dairy athlete looking to get a decent protein powder, this is at a decent price, because the problem with a lot of these protein powders is that there's a lot more that has to go into them to make them. So and a lot of the time they're boosted with things like superfoods and all these sorts of things. So the price can get quite high. So this actually is a really good value plant source protein. Our complete source dairy protein is on par with this in terms of its price point and what it will do to help you with your performance. Again, with these products, the plant proteins, they tend to all be very, they're obviously gluten-free. We have digestive enzymes, probiotics in them. But realistically, when you come to looking at plant protein, it's going to be about flavour, and that is why we stuck with our basic level protein. We stuck with our pea rather than looking at the other structures, because it just tastes good. And it will give you what you need after you work out if you're a plant-based athlete. So that's our informed plant source.